Pretty small school, light, doesn't anchor real well. Calves are too small, man. Self-awareness, I got that. You know what I mean? You know what? I think it helps because I've been in their seat and understand kind of what they're going through with this process, regardless of where it is, training camp wise during the season, just kind of the league in general itself. So man, but I tell those guys, hey, I played in the league, but I hung on. I was a role player in this league, so they're talented guys, and I got a lot of respect for the players. I tell them every year I learn something new from some of the players that I coach that I take with me on my next spot or the next year and tweak and add a coaching point. Maybe it's a call or an adjustment or a technique. I take something from all the guys, so it's a mutual respect for sure.
Jonah Williams is noticeably bigger. He told us that you advised him that might be a good idea for you to share a lot.
Yeah, he needed to put on some weight. He's a smaller, undersized tackle for this league. He's athletic. He's quick. He's smart, so he knows how to use angles. So having just a little bit more mass to his frame is going to help him in the run game and the anchor. So just to get a little bit bigger, and he can still play fast and move and generate force with leverage. And I think it's going to help him in the long run for sure.
When you were playing in the league, was coaching in the back of your mind the whole time, or when did the light go on for coaching?
Yeah, that story is kind of a weird one, I guess. But I've always wanted to coach. Knew I wanted to coach. Then I got married, had kids, and I said, I bet maybe I need to try something, find something else to do with myself because of the time commitment, and then had a little delay when I got done playing in the coaching. My wife said, "Hey, you're miserable. Go coach. We'll be fine. That's your passion." I'm like, "Are you sure?" So haven't looked back since. So kudos to the wife, man. Having fun.
The third time in 4 years you've been the new coach on the staff. What's the first thing you try to get accomplished when you get with these guys and get with the new group?
With the new staff?
With the players, with the offensive line.
Kind of setting the tone and the standard on my expectations. Everyone goes about it differently. I know the way I do it, it's worked for me, and I feel like that's kind of how I cut my teeth as a player in this league, how I was raised, and so I believe in that, hang my hat on that. And then just kind of getting on the same page as far as verbiage. I tell everybody, football's kind of funny this way. It's, as I've gone through different teams, everyone runs the same concept, whatever it is, open edge, wide zone, but they call it differently. So like I tell you guys, I speak Spanish, you speak French. We come from two different places, but now we're going to learn how to speak Italian. That's the Bengals language. We know what a pepperoni pizza looks like. We want to order a pepperoni pizza. We need to learn how to speak each other's languages. So a lot of times I help translate because I've been in their system. I know their verbiage. I can tell them, hey, this is just like your old, and it helps the trigger. So that's real big early on when we first get together, is getting that language down so we can speak the same language, communicate.
A couple of the offensive linemen have mentioned the fact that one of your goals, main goals, is to make sure that practice is harder than the game. Because when you guys, when the offensive line gets to a game, it's not as tough as practice. Why is that such a big part of your effort?
Well, when they get to the game, I want those guys to just trust what they've been working on, their training, their habits, and just pin their ears back and play free, consternation free, no stress. If they're consternating on stuff, worming over things, stressing, that's my fault. I want these guys to play fast and free. Whatever's blocking them to do that, then I got to find a way to eliminate that. I mean, those guys are here for their physical prowess. They have to be smart. Everyone's got to understand and learn the playbook and adjustments, but every guy in that locker room has got gifts on the physical side and prowess. We've got to exemplify that, let them play free. Don't let this slow all that other stuff down. You know what I mean? So, and that's, if I can stress them out in practice, it's just a matter of routine for them. No big deal in the game because the game's going to have ebbs and flows. The season's going to have ebbs and flows. And they're just straight ahead, never wavering. And they're just like Pavlov's dog, man. When the bell rings, you salivate because that's how you've been trained. You don't say, well, coach, it's only 9 a.m., not 1 p.m. I don't eat at 9. You know what I mean? The bell rang. Salivate. That's kind of my philosophy. Own the playbook, get in great shape, be able to move, climb to the second level, start mastering the techniques that he's going against, and we'll start to get more exposure and put the pads on. That's really for everybody. But he's a rookie, so he's got a little bit bigger learning curve. Sure, it's possible for everybody. The expectations are you're coming in here to compete for a starting job, and that's what you need to do to be a starter. And there's older guys who are doing the same thing. So whether it's year 1 or year 10, you're competing for that job, and you got to maintain it, to hold it, and no one's going to be handed anything.
Speaking of year 10, Riley Reiff, what does he bring to the table for you?
He's outstanding. That guy's got great leadership ability, how he carries himself on a daily basis, how he meets, the questions he asks, his practice habits. He is dialed in. He's detailed. When you correct him or give him a tip or a tool, he's looking to apply it the very next rep and coming out again on the next day. I love the questions he asks. I love the old vets who ask the question not for themselves but for the rest of the room. You know, maybe I'm going through an install. There might be something I left out, and he asks, "What do you think about this, Coach?" I know he knows the answer. He's reminding me, "Hey, don't forget to tell the guys about this little nuance or adjustment." You know, he's that guy. He's very smart, and it's obvious to me why he's played 10 years in this league at such a high level. He's really a joy to coach. I love being around the guy.
Frank, this would be kind of a weird question. You mentioned having Jonah put on extra weight.
Yeah.
3 or whatever, 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you say that to everybody? What are the concerns when you ask somebody?
Right.
That where maybe some guys wouldn't recommend that.
Right. Weight in football, in my view, it's personal for each guy. What's a healthy weight? I'm no expert, so I'm going to ask trainers, the strength and conditioning coach, their thought on that as well. But it's that fine line of you need to have mass times acceleration equals force. So you need to play fast, right? Accelerate speed. Mass is that weight, right, to generate this force. Well, leverage is thrown in there as well for football. So what's that fine line? Some guys can still play fast and generate and play with leverage 10 pounds heavier than this guy. This guy needs to be a little lighter. And that's going to fluctuate as you get older too. Father time, man. Trust me, I'm feeling it now. So that, it's personal. Everyone's going to have their own unique weight. It's not just a cookie cutter deal.
So a lot of it was Jonah's quickness that you saw.
Yeah.
That you won't have a problem.
No, heck no. He's lean. He's quick. He's explosive. He can put on some more weight and be just fine. It's just going to help him in this game, that position he's playing.
Coach, I came back to Jackson and the rookie. I think some people are just going to go. They're starting to have big football kind of style. What's your philosophy on that?
Yeah, it's no player comes in this league ready to play. That's just from what I coach, offensive line. I mean, I've coached high first-round draft picks. They don't come in ready-made. They got to learn something, develop, train something. I mean, they're not playing against 18, 19-year-old kids. They're grown men out there, a lot of experience. They know all the tips and tricks, and they're going to expose you. And it's my belief is we got to put the best group out there that's earned it and deserved it. I get the business side. Guys are going to get more opportunities who've been higher draft picks than maybe another guy who's a street free agent or some small school 6th-round guy. You know what I mean? But you got to earn it, and it's a different deal. So there's a learning curve for everybody. Some guys can adapt and do this. Some guys maybe it takes year 1 or 2. I remember as a player myself years ago hearing stories about my old teammate Jerry Reiff. He struggled his rookie year, small school, 1st-round draft pick. Everyone thought he was a bust. Well, that was comical thought, right? So, I mean, that's an extreme example that just comes to mind. But everyone's got their own little learning curve, if you will.
Do you feel that overall players, linemen in your room, respect the fact that nobody's ordained? You got to earn everything?
I think so. Heck yeah. I mean, there's no sacred cows, man. And if you want to earn the players' respect, you gotta treat them like that, men, and let them know that they tell me who's playing. I don't tell them. You're going to tell me, guys, that you're good enough to start. I'm not anointing anybody. You're going to anoint each other and yourselves by your play.
Joe Burrow and Joe Mixon and the guys that you guys have outside, the common belief is that this offensive line could
That's like, yeah, I mean, right? I mean, those guys are extremely talented. We got a great offensive unit. They're incredible. I'm excited to be here, to be a part of the staff. We got a great staff, a lot of bright guys. I've learned a lot of good little nuances and scheme and how they've done stuff and adapted it. I'm excited about it. And we are loaded with talent, and they're great guys. They work hard. I was just noticing some of the skilled guys today with the smiles on their face, talking about run blocking and stuff. The receivers are into all of it. They love it all. They love ball, and it's excited to be a part of that. And I'm just really excited to be that small cog on trying to get the offensive line rolling. That's my role. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait. No, I mean, I respect the previous coach here, so I don't take us the wrong way, but I'm somewhat offended by how you phrase your question, to be honest with you, okay? Fair enough, but I respect that coach. He earned the right to be here, and we all know in this profession that, you know, coaches come and go, you know, so I've been fired before, and it's, you know, no big deal. Move on and keep grinding. With that said, no, I mean, I don't feel any extra pressure. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's my job is to produce, get the line to produce. It doesn't matter if it was expected or not. That's my job. Get it done or you're out. It's the same thing we demand from the players. Coaching's no different. So.
How is your role different? You get the title of one game coordinator. How is that different than maybe what you were doing here? Like,
yeah, it's not really different, really, from 2018, what I was doing and what I'm doing now, to be honest with you. Everything's been really the same. So it's, I mean, I'm not real big on tiles. I guess you could say it was a nice gesture. It looks good on your business card, but other than that, you know.
so that's what offensive line folks do. Right?
As far as I know, all the guys that I talk to, really most of them, you're really kind of doing that. That's your role, you know. But obviously the head coach has got the final word and everything, right? And then there's an offensive coordinator as well. So, but I'm kind of taking the lead and managing, you know, the scripts and when we want to install this play from a teaching progression, which really is helpful for me being the line coach because then I can dictate the drills I want to do in a progression that I like throughout camp. So it helps me as opposed to, you know, what do they want to put in today or whatnot. And, it doesn't really go with the last 2 days I've been doing. Now I got to jump and change ship. So that's nice. It's very O-line coach friendly, and I'm appreciative to the Brown family and Coach Taylor allowing me to do that.
What's the biggest difference you've seen in 2018 Joe Mixon and 2021 Joe Mixon?
A couple years older. That's it. Guy's special, man. He's got a lot of juice and energy. I love being around him. He's a fun guy to be around.